You think you have time. I thought the same at 50. I thought I had decades to fix my money, to build wealth, to finally figure things out. But now I'm 86, and if there's one thing I wish someone had told me back then, it's this: time doesn't move slowly. It disappears. I blinked, and 30 years were gone. And the painful part, it wasn't the mistakes I made that hurt the most, it was the lessons I learned too late. So if you're in your 50s, 60s, or even younger, listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you could save you decades of regret and possibly change the entire direction of your financial life. The first thing I learned: money doesn't reward hard work, it rewards smart decisions. I spent most of my life believing that if I just worked harder, longer hours, sacrificed more, I would eventually become financially free, but that's not how money works. I knew people who worked half as much as I did, yet they built wealth quietly, steadily. Why? 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 Because they understood leverage. They invested. They made their money work for them while I was still trading time for money. You don't get rich by working more hours. You get rich by making better decisions with the hours you already have. The second lesson hit me hard in my 60s. Saving money is not enough. I was proud of being a saver. Every month I put money aside. I avoided risks. I thought I was being responsible. But inflation, it silently destroyed the value of everything I saved. That money sitting in the bank, it was losing power every single year. Saving protects you, but investing grows you. If your money is not growing, it's shrinking. That's a reality. Most people realize too late. The third lesson is one I wish I had understood at 50. Fear is the most expensive emotion you will ever have. I was afraid to invest, afraid to start a business, afraid to fail. So I waited and waited and waited. And while I was waiting, others were building. Let me tell you something painful. Waiting for the right time is the biggest financial mistake you can make. There is no perfect time. There is only time, and it's slipping away whether you act or not. Every year you delay costs you more than you realize. The fourth lesson changed everything for me. Income alone will never make you rich. I had a decent income. Promotions, raises, I thought I was doing well. But every time I earned more, I spent more. Bigger house, better car, nicer lifestyle. And suddenly, I wasn't richer. I was just more comfortable and more dependent. Wealth is not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and how wisely you grow it. The fifth lesson is simple, but most people ignore it. Lifestyle inflation is a silent trap. You think you deserve better because you earn more, and maybe you do. But every upgrade you make locks you into a new level of expenses. I remember buying a bigger home in my late 50s. It felt like success, but it also came with higher bills, more stress, more responsibility. Instead of freedom, I bought pressure. Sometimes the things that look like success are actually chains. The sixth lesson came late, but it hit deep. You must build assets, not just income. For years I focused on earning, salary, bonuses. That was my world. But I didn't focus on assets, things that pay you even when you're not working. Real estate, businesses, investments. These are what create freedom. If you stop working and your income stops, you don't have wealth. You have a job. The seventh lesson is one I wish I could go back and scream to my younger self. Start earlier, even if it's small. I used to think, what difference will this small amount make? So I delayed investing. But here's the truth. Small amounts invested consistently over time become life-changing, not because of the amount, but because of time. Time is the most powerful force in building wealth, and once it's gone, you can't buy it back. The eighth lesson is about people, and it's uncomfortable to admit. The people around you will influence your financial life more than you think. I surrounded myself with people who thought small, who feared risk, who believed this is just how life is, and without realizing it, I became like them. If everyone around you is broke, struggling, avoiding growth, you will slowly normalize that reality. Change your environment, and you change your expectations. The ninth lesson is painful, but necessary. Debt can quietly destroy your future. Not all debt is bad, but the wrong kind. Consumer debt, unnecessary loans, living beyond your means. This is financial poison. I've seen people earn well, but stay broke for decades because they are constantly paying for their past decisions. Every payment you make toward bad debt is money that could have built your future. And the 10th lesson, the one that matters most now that I'm 86, money is a tool, not the goal. I spent so many years chasing numbers, more income, more savings, more security. But I forgot something important. Money is meant to give you freedom, not replace your life. I delayed experiences. I postponed joy. I told myself later when I have more, but later comes faster than you think, and sometimes later never comes. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything comes together. If I could go back to my 50s or 60s, I wouldn't just try to earn more. I would think differently. I would act faster. I would take calculated risks. I would invest consistently. I would stop trying to look rich and start focusing on becoming rich. I would understand that financial freedom is not built in one big moment. It's built in small decisions repeated over time. I would stop wasting energy on things that don't matter and start focusing on what truly moves the needle. Because at 86, you don't care about the car you drove, you care about the life you lived. You don't care about impressing people, you care about the freedom you created. You don't regret the risk you took, you regret the ones you didn't. So if you're watching this right now, this is your moment. Not next year, not someday. Now, start investing, even if it's small. Learn about money, even if it feels confusing. Take action, even if you're afraid, because one day you'll wake up, just like I did, and realize time is no longer on your side. And when that day comes, you won't wish you worked more hours. You'll wish you made better decisions. You'll wish you started earlier. You'll wish you understood what really matters. So don't wait for 86 to learn these lessons. Use them now and build a life where money works for you, not the other way around.